Hey, good morning, and welcome to the morning meditation where we are still doing morning practices to help ourselves turn away from worrying. So when we are worried about really anything that's happening in our life, but this is a technique that is especially useful when you feel overwhelmed by the worry, um, and you just feel like, will someone just give me a break? And I don't know if you have someone who can give you a break, but I do know that you can give yourself a break by trying this really simple technique. So we are going to come into a seated position. If you are sitting on a chair, you are welcome to move your body towards the front of the chair so that your feet are flat, or come on down to the floor. Um, Come sit cross legged, nothing fancy, but you might want to fold up a blanket or put a cushion just underneath your butt so that it lifts your hips a little bit higher than your knees, and you're not going to um, cause any additional strain to your body. And now that you are sitting, I invite you to lengthen up your spine, relax your shoulders. One way to help even encourage that relaxing is you can always bring your shoulders up, like they're going to touch your ears, and then bring them down by rolling them. Oh, nice. I gotta do a second round of that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Relax those shoulders. Relax the muscles in your face. Smooth out those lines on your forehead. Oh, relax your jaw. Beautiful. And I invite you to close your eyes. So to begin, just become aware of where your awareness is right now. So are you right now buzzing with energy and planning what you're going to do this day? And if you're planning, are you seeing it in your mind's eye on your mental screen? Or are you talking yourself through it? Or are you feeling the emotions attached to all the things that you need to do and face? And just notice if most of the activity is happening by thinking about it, imagining it, or feeling it. Where are you right now? What are we beginning with? And we can just say to those experiences, hey, I see you. Um, but for a moment, I'm just going to step away from paying attention to you. So I'll see you in 10 minutes, is what we say to all those plans and anxieties that we're feeling. We'll come back to them. And with our eyes closed, we're going to just bring our attention first to feeling grounded in our practice, which is let's feel where our body touches the ground. So, tuning into the body, where are all the places that your body touch the ground? It's very curious, like the most interesting thing in the world is how your body makes contact to the ground or the chair that you're sitting on. And if your attention gets pulled away to thoughts or feelings or imaginings or plans, simply remind yourself that you'll come back to that. Put that in the background because our work right now is to pay attention to where our body touches the ground. You might even want to try inhaling, and when you exhale, shoot that breath down towards the bottom of your body to where your body is touching the ground. So, trying to have a feeling of even the bottom half of you feeling heavier than the rest of you. Almost like one of those, I don't know what they're called. I want to say like a rocking doll, the thing where it wobbles back and forth, but it's very heavy on the bottom. That's you, feeling heavy and grounded on the bottom. And this is our baseline. So, this is the line that we want to return to for our next step, which means that we're going to pay attention to sounds in the room. And if you find yourself getting distracted, first you're going to come back down to paying attention to your body on the ground and then sounds. But this is our base level. This is where we want to be feeling situated and grounded right now. So now I invite you to pay attention to the sounds in the room you are in. And when your attention is drawn to the sounds in the room that you're in, simply bring your attention to them and stay with them as long as they exist. And your attention might hear one sound. So I hear sounds in the kitchen, but I also hear cars going by. So I'm just paying attention to where I'm hearing sound and to the sound for as long as it's interesting. This sticking with the sound is called noting in meditation, which is just it's where your awareness is. So now we're just listening for sounds, and as we hear them, we're noting them. We're putting our awareness on them. And if you're in a space that is quiet, then you can note that and appreciate and see if there's any nuances in the silence that you hear in the room that you're in. And we're not wishing for the sound to be quieter or louder or more serene or less distracting. We're just noticing the sounds that exist and we're noting them. Just listening to the sounds in the room that you're in with great interest and noticing that you're listening. And if you get distracted by other plans or worries or emotions, acknowledge, like, hey, it's great that I noticed that I was distracted, but my work right now is to pay attention to the sounds I hear and bring your attention back. Beautiful. So we're going to slowly open our eyes. Come on back. There we go. So that is an option for you at any time. So if you are feeling overwhelmed by worry at any time in the day, you can simply acknowledge. So even note, like even noticing that you are tensing up, that you're overthinking is humongous, and that's mindful. Like that's mindfulness 101, just noticing. And then you can give yourself, be intentional about giving yourself a break by simply really just deciding, instead of listening to your thoughts or planning or scheming or feeling sick about life, can you just listen to the sounds in the room? And it might be for 2 seconds or 30 seconds or 5 minutes. And you're not denying the feelings. You are simply coming back and giving yourself just a break on what exists. And then with fresh eyes, you can return to the worry. When you do this, we're building 3 big skills. And the 3 big skills that we are building are concentration. So learning how to concentrate on what we want to concentrate when we want to concentrate it on it, which means that if we don't want to be worrying all the time, we can have the choice and go, I don't want to worry right now. I'm going to concentrate on something else, right? We're also building sensory clarity. So we're becoming aware of what our bodies are even doing and what our senses are doing instead of feeling like lost and not understanding why. And the third skill that we are building is equanimity, which is that even in uncertain times, when nobody knows what's going on, that doesn't necessarily need to freak us out. That we can sit in the moment and go, okay, yeah, there's big, scary things happening. But right now I'm safe. Right now I'm just listening to things in the room and letting them come and go without judgment, without wanting to be anywhere else, without regretting anything, but just being in the moment of what exists right here so that you can start to enjoy the enjoyable times a little bit more. So thank you for sitting with me today. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a really mindful day.